Okay, guys, so now we will be working with HTML forms and we will be passing the data over to a PHP page and we're going to let the PHP page process that HTML form. Okay? For those of you who had ASP.NET or JSP, the idea is very similar. You create an HTML form with an action and method properties. The method is post and action is the name of the PHP page now versus JSP or ASPX page in the other classes. Okay. The data goes over to the server and the server has request and response objects where the names of the objects will be different in every environment. Here in PHP, we have a built-in object called post. Okay. And as we learned last time, that all the built-in objects also start with a dollar sign. So we're going to start out with a simple HTML form. So we'll right click and we're going to create a new, instead of creating a PHP page. So I basically went to right click new other. In other, if you scroll down, there is web. That's where you'll find HTML file. Now we need to create this page, personal info form.php. So we will right click on the PHP project, go to new PHP file, and then we will going to name this page personal info form.php, and this will going to be our PHP page, which will going to hold the logic. Got it, Jimmy? Okay. So now we will going to use PHP in a slightly different fashion than I've taught you before, just so that you could see that it can also be used like this. Hi. Echo. Or print. Doesn't matter which one of the two I use. Remember post? Okay. So post is how you can grab a value from a form and put it into a PHP page. What is the name of my form element which holds my name, full name? So I'm going to enclose that in single quotes, full name, just like that. Let's go back to our form and we're going to add one more field. Now with radio buttons, if you only want one of the menu radio buttons to be picked, you have to make sure that they all are named the same, so that only one is picked. Then in the PHP page, you are going to do something very similar to what you already did. We're going to copy this and paste this. Go back to the HTML form. You put in the name. You put in the age. You pick a gender. Submit. All three values go over. We will then go back to our form, and this time we will add a text area. And update the PHP page. Okay, let's go back to the form and let's add one more element here. So I then display the value of the state form element. Okay, now let's go back to running this one more time. These are my values, and I'm enclosing PHP in bold, followed by BR. So I'm adding some HTML as part of my comment box. Now as I hit submit, notice what happened here. PHP came out in bold, right? And there was a break row. So it does understand all of that and renders it because it's a regular string. Anything that's HTML has to be converted to HTML. So we are back in our HTML form, and we will save it as calculations form.html. Calculations form.html. So in our form over here, we will change the PHP name to calculations form.php. So let me first go to personalinfoform.php. I am saving it as. See, file, save as. Now we have a local variable wage, which will be the product of hours worked times hourly rate. Now we will going to start from form, run your form, come all the way to this page, and that should do the stuff. Now we will declare a constant here. How do you declare a constant? Define the name of the constant. Do you use $sign when you're naming a constant? No. And the next parameter is the value of the constant, right? So if I want to give a value of 0.2, so I want the 0.2 to be the value of the constant tax underscore rate. I'm changing the variable value, the variable name from wage to pre-tax wage, and I'm going to update this accordingly. Pre-tax wage. Tax amount equals to which tax rate here? Here? Okay. Now, after that, we need to put some respective BRs. Two examples that we have worked with, we have used a built-in post.